First game we're going to go to that 12 o'clock slate in Atlanta, Georgia. Last week I said Miami is going to lose at the wrong time. I didn't think it would be the following week. I didn't think they would catch an L the following week. They went to Georgia Tech and lost. By the way, they also lost to Georgia Tech last year, so those are back-to-back losses to Georgia Tech. I'm not told you so guy, but kind of let's talk about it, because at the end of the day, is it better now than later? Right? That's the question we're going to ask. Is it better now than later for Miami? Miami went to Atlanta. Played up against a banged-up Georgia Tech team. Quarterback Hayes King was banged up. Didn't even know if he was going to play. They didn't really play. They played old-school football against Miami, right? And at this rate, you got to be concerned if Miami can win these types of games, because they didn't really do anything, out of the ordinary, right? Georgia Tech, they were definitely more physical. They barely even had 100 yards passing. They ran the ball for 271. That was a key difference in that game. Miami couldn't stop the run for nothing. Again, Hayes King was passed up, was banged up. I know he had one good touchdown to Chase Lane in the end zone. And ultimately, we saw a Miami team where their offense couldn't get it done. Defense played what we expected, gave us some points. Didn't really affect the game that much, but Miami's offense just really couldn't get it going. I know they had 3 fourth down attempts, big stops by Georgia Tech. Cam Ward wasn't the greatest, but he still threw for over 300 plus 3 touchdowns. And obviously we all know the fumble that happened at the end. But at the end of the day, Georgia Tech, they won the time of possession. They ran the ball. They stopped the run. That's old school ball right there. That's old school ball. So we'll see where Miami comes from this. I thought it was going to be later in the season, ACC championship game, maybe playoffs. But again, better now than never for Miami, right? Because now you get to learn from this, right? You get to see, what an L tastes like, what it feels like before heading into bigger games that you're going to have later in the season. So my question to the locker room is, again, drop a comment. This type of loss, will it benefit Miami going down the stretch? All right. Obviously, we assume they're all going to make the playoffs. Well, this type of loss to a Georgia Tech team that basically runs the state of Florida, they beat Florida State week 0 in Ireland. Well, and they beat Miami this past week, 28-23. Does this type of loss make Miami even better than what they would have been if they would have lost early in the season? Right? So, locker room, drop a comment. Let me know what you guys think.